Senator Cordy.
Thank you, Speaker. Senator Gold, Indigenous women are 4 times more likely than non-Indigenous women to be victims of violence. Indigenous women make up 16% of all female homicide victims and 11% of missing women, yet Indigenous people make up only 4.3% of the population of Canada. Last month in the other place, a motion declaring the continued loss of Indigenous women, girls, and Two-Spirit people a Canada-wide emergency passed with unanimous consent. The motion also called on the federal government to provide immediate and substantial investment, including a red dress alert system, to help alert the public when an Indigenous woman, girl, or Two-Spirit person goes missing. Senator Cole, this motion received unanimous support in the House of Commons. This includes support by the government. My question will be to the point. Does the government intend to act on this motion, and will the government work to develop an alert system for missing Indigenous women?
Senator Gold.
Well, thank you for your question. The government remains committed to ending the crisis of missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and Two-Spirit LGBTQ1+ peoples. While the conditions for most public alerts are set by provinces and territories, as we all know, as is the decision to set up a new alerting program, the government has made a whole-of-government commitment to end the crisis of violence, to do its part to end the crisis of violence against Indigenous women and girls, and will and must explore all avenues to do so. And that is why I'm advised that the government is investing $2.5 million to establish a standing federal, provincial, territorial Indigenous table on missing Indigenous women and girls, and to ensure action on all levels of government, including the implementation of a red dress alert.
Senator Cordy.
Thank you, Senator Golden. That's very positive. And we know that a motion made in the other place or in this place doesn't necessarily compel the government to act, although you've said to us that they will be doing that, which is a positive thing. And as you stated, the alert systems are the jurisdictions of the provinces and territories. But I guess my question is, will the federal government take a leadership role so that it's not just one province or one territory, but in fact that it would be the country? So will the federal government take a leadership role to make the alert system a reality? And will the federal government provide some funding to help the provinces and the territories to set up the alert system?
Senator Gold.
Well, thank you for the question. Although I am not familiar with all of the details as to how the $2.5 million will be allocated, as I said, it will be allocated to set up the standing Indigenous table on murdered and missing Indigenous women and girls, and to include the implementation of a red dress alert. So I'll bring your question to the attention of the appropriate minister or ministers, but this is a very important start that the federal government on which the federal government is taking the lead.